Welcome.
We certainly hope you all enjoy the show.
They're eating the dogs.
Because I know cops doesn't start till 4.
I'm going
to tell you, I'm already a little bit rusty because I didn't start on the picture, the blank picture.
Oh, yeah?
The camera was on you the whole time through the intro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's cool. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. I know we've been gone for a minute, but we're back. We're back in action. Boys are stacked in the studio.
Boys are back in town. I was going to wear my Hawaiian shirt.
I almost texted you. I almost said we should all wear them.
Well, and I almost put on my new tuxedo, but I was voted down. There's no enthusiasm.
Well, you might as well pull it out. You got it with you, right?
Well, we'll save it for another episode. I'll come out wearing it.
All right.
I'm going to save it for now. When it's time to unveil it, I'll come out wearing it. I didn't bring the right shoes, so we'll save it.
The honeymoon was good. We saw some alien structures.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Striptease.
Yep.
Aliens.
Carter saw aliens
Structures
in Hawaii.
built by aliens.
Base is loaded. That's right, Mike. Hey, and let me just be honest. You're already calling out for a bonus episode this week. Can we just be grateful? How about a little? It's Memorial Day. Can we just be grateful? How about that? I appreciate the enthusiasm. I'm glad you're pulling for us, but let's practice a little bit of gratefulness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad. Hey, Mike. Actually, I saw your comment too the other day where you said I miss you guys. You're like, how fucking long is a honeymoon anyway? And you're absolutely right, my man. But we're glad to be back. And it was also good to have a little bit of a reprieve, a little break, if you will. Like, call that summer break for the podcast. Even the Morning Buzz takes a day off here and there.
They take a week off like every 6 months.
Well, we were supposed to do a post-wedding show, but everyone was sick.
Well, and I had treaded, or I tossed the idea around. Me and Calvin batted the idea around of posting a video while we were gone.
So we got something big in the works, guys. We got something big.
Well, we got all kinds of fun ideas, and so you might see some.
I don't want to
videos.
mention Cannes, the film festival, but it could be this big.
It could. You never know.
It could be that big. It could.
I don't want to get
ahead. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Well, we can't. I mean, I'm not saying that we already booked the hotel, but
we're coming, baby.
It might happen. It could happen.
It could happen. We're on our way to the big leagues. Cannes just a film festival. That's like a big one.
Yeah.
And that's a joke. We tossed some ideas.
We tossed some ideas around. We got some notes on the drawing board, but we never got around to it. Ultimately, it was good. I think just to have a little break from the podcast.
Anybody that's in our area would agree that the past couple weeks have been pretty depressing.
Oh, weather-wise, for sure. It's been tough weather. It's just been cold and wet, 45 degrees and raining for a couple weeks straight here. Yeah. Today we finally got some sun. And then, again, all thanks to Memorial Day, right? So the sun came out.
Yep.
And it worked out for the holiday anyhow. But I guess just to kind of string things along here, how I kind of figured how I wanted things to go, because we said we'll just see how this episode goes. I said we'll keep it brief. I said we're back at it. We're letting you guys know we're still here and we didn't quit. I know from the banter on the podcast, a lot of the times it sounds like we're like a day and a half away from putting all this equipment on Facebook Marketplace and never podcasting again. I know that's the vibe we can put out sometimes, but no, we're in this for the long haul, and we're glad to be back. So we said this episode could be a little shorter. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. But okay, here's where we'll start. I'm laying it out.
Yep.
From
Carter,
the top.
Oh, you go ahead.
Maestro?
I was gonna say, wait, Carter, cue up the applause button.
Mike, you got to get out more, bro.
You ready?
Come on, my man.
Carter's a married man.
Woo!
Nice. And let me just say firsthand, it was a fantastic wedding.
Great wedding. I
Wait,
thought
you were there.
I did show up, and I was there, and it was actually really awesome.
it was a good time. Carter had local radio celebrity Ryan Gavin there as his DJ.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask him if he'd come on the pod, but I just think he's a little above us. He's big time.
He's a big time DJ.
He's Ryan Gavin. I mean,
No, he seemed like down to earth.
he did, but I don't know as if we'd have the pull to get him on the pod, but
Yeah. Well, unless you wanted to be friends with him
in real life.
yeah.
Oh, Caleb's speech.
Yeah.
How was the speech? Well, one thing for sure, honestly, so I got up there and my heart was beating so fast I couldn't even hear myself. but the thing I've heard,
Just so you know, that's kind of how it was for me too.
yeah. Honestly, I didn't know how long I was standing there. I wasn't even positive words left my mouth. For all I knew, I could have just been standing there silent. But honest to God, the only thing I've heard, everybody was patting me on the back. They were like, legendary
what a great speech.
Somebody got a video. They said we're sending this to Tosh.0. It just it was a top tier. I think Rob Deerdeck is looking at it.
I think there was probably more ideas floating through your head, and I think that this is my take on the speech.
Yeah.
Let's hear
I think Gil probably had a lot floating through his head, but there was nothing rehearsed or written down.
Yeah.
And I think he got up there, his mind went blank, remembered his first talking point, and had to wrap it up.
I'll tell you exactly how it went, okay? Because I did rehearse. I rehearsed my opening joke, right? Mm-hmm. Should I just tell it or does it not matter?
I don't think it matters.
I think you told it already.
On the podcast?
Yeah, I think you already
I
told
might have
it.
told it on the podcast. Well, I'll just tell it again for the sake of it, so people can feel like they were there. But so the opening joke was, or also too, in my head, I'm saying to myself, the theme of the speech is thank yous. I wanted to go up there and give thank yous out to people, but do it in a funny backhanded way, right? So in my head was my theme that I was trying to run with was thank yous. And the rehearsed part was the opening, which was thank you to Matt and Sean. I don't know what you did to Allie growing up, but she's able to put up with me and my siblings. So thank you to Matt and Sean. That was the first. Right. That might not even been it verbatim.
I think it landed.
Yeah.
I think it did land.
Yeah,
it landed.
I think it landed.
That was the first one. And then I had my closing part, which I wanted to my closing line was, and I want to thank Carter and Allie for always being a great audience for me when I tell my jokes, right?
Yeah.
Was those were the two things that I had kind of, I had said them more than once out loud, and I knew I wanted to say. My theme was thank yous, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get up there, I'll look around the room, I'll do some crowd work, I'll start riffing, and
Who's this guy?
yeah, I was gonna get up there, and I had the Dutchman's key. I had it under my tongue the whole time. I forgot about that. I was gonna pull out the Dutchman's key and everything, but I got up there, and literally my mind went blank, and I thought for sure I was going to be able to pack more in the middle, but I got up there and I hit my opener and my closer, and I got the hell out of there. But yeah, no, people kept telling me after the fact, it was like a buzz, the whole wedding. Everybody kept saying what a good speech it was. It wasn't, I don't know. It just kept coming up, but
I think the one thing I would say is obviously I didn't give the speech, so I have no place.
yeah,
But-
nobody else gave a speech, might I say.
Except for the maid of honor.
Right, but
Yeah.
I'm just meaning as far as your side of things, nobody
Yeah.
gave a speech besides me.
I was just gonna say
So-
that it's a little selfish to thank them for being a good audience for you.
What do you? I'm just trying to say something
know, that
nice to them.
Yeah, I thought it was just being nice.
no, I think that's that's I got no place.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
I don't
looking
know.
for rules. I was looking for rules about a best man speech, and the best one I found that was more than just somebody being an asshole. A lot of them are people just get up there and be a total fucking asshole, I think. And to me, that sucks because you do take away from the bride and groom, and you're like, look at me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
A little too much. you know?
No, you didn't take away.
Right. So you know, it's a line to walk, but the only other good best man speech I saw was this guy crying and he's reciting what's he reciting? Episode 3. No, he's
The
like,
Cars too.
he's like, you were the chosen one, Anakin. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. And he's like in tears about it, and it was just because him and his brother were nerds, I guess, and I don't know. That was his best man speech. Was they were reciting Star Wars quotes, and so that was my only other bullet point of reference for how a speech is supposed to go.
Well, I think especially where we never do anything like that and go in front of a crowd.
And also I would say, like, I didn't know like when this was going to happen. And it was like bang, bang, like out of nowhere. All of a sudden there's a microphone in my hand and Ryan Gavin's like, it's your turn to talk. Like, I don't like, I would have thought it would have been more like,
it's your turn to talk. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. You would have thought like I would have
Immediately pees his pants.
in my head I would have had like a time that I would have known I was up, so I like could have run to the bathroom really quick, swish some water around in my mouth, you know, like mentally get myself ready. But yeah, but it was like something out of a movie. And I don't know, were we doing pictures? I honestly to God could not tell you the order of operations, how things happened.
No,
but yeah,
It was a whirlwind.
we went out and got introduced.
and then all of a sudden I'm standing there, Ryan's handing me the mic, and it was go. It was all systems go. And
Well, I think that's why it's for something like that, you have to, like, if you want to say something more, you have to write down exactly
and
what
also,
you want to say,
know, like
and
what I
quote it
would
verbatim.
like, if it was somewhere in my wheelhouse to go someplace and like try out this material at an open mic, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm still haven't quite figured out where the scene is at around here or how to go about trying stuff like that out. But yeah, obviously that was like, other than doing karaoke, that's the only time I've had a microphone in front of a crowd. So
The biggest crowd you've been in front of.
that was easily the biggest
Scouts.
crowd I've ever been in front of. Oh, that's actually true. Scouts, I did use that as a reference the other day, that I used to do these big scout meetings. You know, what do you call it? The red and gold. Everybody gets these awards, and it's like a big ceremony, you know?
Yeah.
And there was probably 20, 30 people at those at times.
And the Eagle ceremony was huge. You did speak there.
And yeah, I just
Well, like I said, I think that
Mom didn't make you take the public speaking class?
no.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't.
I think it's
We did have to do public speaking. in that.
Public speaking is a merit badge. So yeah, I did have to do public speaking.
It's a freaking merit badge. But we
all-
did.
You're good at public speaking, but maybe not shooting off the hip just yet on public speaking.
And I would say there's a certain level of pressure put on that moment. You know what I mean? Like to me,
I guess
to me in Scouts when I was doing this, it was like I always knew my best was enough. You know what I mean? But that because there was really not a lot of pressure in these scenarios, and
comedy you can go up and bomb, but you can't really bomb at the best man speech. It's not a good look to bomb in best man.
Exactly. Like that was the biggest fear. Oh my God, Carter. I had something that was like fighting at my teeth not to get out the whole wedding. And it's so bad. I don't even know if I can say it on the podcast.
Why would you bring it up?
Because
Why would you bring it up?
This
You're
point
gonna
that
have to say
Curtis
it.
just made about you don't want to
have to
bomb
say
at
it.
the wedding. There were certain things that I knew could have elicited laughter, but they're just rude and uncalled for, and you don't, again, I didn't want to be the ass at the wedding, right?
Yeah, I mean overall. So
I guess I don't know what that could be, but
That's fine. I'll tell you guys after the show.
It was a very nice wedding. I did cry. I hugged Carter, and
You cried to Carter.
You know what I was pissed about?
No,
I wasn't really pissed. But,
I didn't cry. I shed a tear at the ceremony part.
It
was very cute.
I couldn't help but notice I was on social media the night of the wedding, and I was just watching our friends and family's stories, and our mom, she's got a video of me smooching. This pervert with a camera on the
I
dance
know.
floor.
She was
plastering me all over social media.
She was rogue with that.
I'm just kidding, Mom. That's just a joke.
They're not watching. They're enjoying the rain.
Yeah, that's right. Our parents are down in Florida,
They're still there.
so they're down in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Did you
They're-
guys see any of the pictures?
From
I
Florida?
only saw a
No,
few.
from the wedding.
I only saw a few.
I only saw a couple of the actual photography ones.
Yeah,
Did you-
That's what I meant. The actual.
Are
pictures.
they? Are they all back?
No. These are just.
I like this one, black and white with you button.
I
up.
actually like.
Yeah, put that
Col-
one. Yeah, that one
Colin.
right there. Yeah, put that one on.
Oh,
Look at this stud right here.
I don't know if you want to go through all these right now, Carter,
Oh,
on live.
shit. Who's this guy?
Well, I wasn't gonna show them all. No, I was
I know.
gonna
I'm
pick
just
them
saying.
like that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I like the
Is
one
he-
with Colin there.
Which one? This
Col-
one?
Yeah, Colin doing Caleb's tie.
Yeah,
That's what Alex said, too.
Colin did my tie, and I said, "Thanks, Dad."
And then you can see me in the mirror too.
And can I just say how fucking phenomenal my hair looked in all these pictures? Like, holy shit! Can we find some more pictures with my hair in it?
Let's see.
no, I did.
Every single freaking one of them, my hair is immaculate. Got it. Okay, here's a
Oh.
picture of me up there giving my speech.
Yeah,
Now it's a little hard to see because my hair's blending in with the frame of the door, but
and
again,
from
it's
this
immaculate.
photo, it doesn't look like a crowded room. There was probably how many people? There was a lot of people.
hundreds,
Yeah, there's 100.
100,
Hundreds,
100,
thousands.
52,000 people. Oh yeah, and fucking Jimmy Buffett showed up. I forgot about that.
Who's Jimmy
Pop
Buffett?
Tart. What do you mean you don't know Jimmy Buffett?
No, I was saying, who are you calling Jimmy Buffett?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't believe you don't know. I'll stay here all season.
Was it? I'm assuming that was a picture of him there.
Yeah.
Oh, pull up the picture of the food
This guy?
table,
No.
Oh.
the dessert table.
Try again.
Oh, that guy.
Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know. Dun, 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 dun. It was not a Buffett themed wedding.
Did you
so
guys
I was,
see
it was a little
I like
confusing.
the pictures of
I
it?
like that one.
No, the one of me and
God.
Nanny on the dance floor. Mutter on the dance floor.
Go to the other one with Caleb.
Yeah. No, I couldn't believe it. Nanny got out there, busted a move on the dance floor. Again,
That
my
was really nice.
my hair looking fantastic.
This moment is framed a lot better.
Look at
in the
that
picture.
belt too. Shout out to Craig for the belt.
Did you show him the belt when you were at the wedding?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't really talk to Craig much.
But yeah, anyway, so no, I mean it was a great time. It was a blast. What else were we missing? Was there any other riffs we were missing? I just stumbled on the Jimmy Buffett riff. I hadn't been thinking about that until just now. I couldn't believe it, man. No, anyway, that well, I mean, I think that about covers the wedding.
Think, how would we have, when we were kids, how would we have showed up to that wedding?
Did you see?
Golf polo and some shorts?
We did do that. We did probably the snap up, button up.
Colin is so far away in this one.
I like this.
I thought this was a good photo.
It's really too bad it rained because that would have been a lot more fun. Not more fun, but it would have been fun to have it outside and have that cart be the.
Yeah,
the truck
I
wagon.
think that would have been cool too to have it outside.
I don't think
but-
the rain stifled it. Though.
No, I don't think it did either.
No,
I think it.
I'm not
and
saying
it didn't rain. Like it rained during the wedding, but it didn't rain the whole night. Like it had stopped raining at the end of the night. You know. I thought. Really, it was a great wedding. Great pizza. What was the name of the pizza truck, Carter?
It was
Farmington.
Farmington House of Pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do a bang up job.
was
I think
really good.
it was. Is it a wood fired oven or is that propane?
Yeah, no, no, it's propane, I think.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was propane, but it's still, the point is they get the stone hot and they cook the pizza on the hot stone.
No, they get that hot.
Oh yeah, here we go.
wow.
So I had the pepperoni pizza with
Take a look.
the.
That
It
looks
had
like a
the
stock photo.
honey.
crank
what was
that
it? What did
exposure
the-
up a little bit. Come on, with the picture.
What did they call that?
Oh.
Honey drizzle.
Cast a little light on that.
It's
Hot honey.
Hot honey drizzle.
It's
Yeah.
meant to look nostalgic
Yeah,
almost.
it's the
I
way the
know.
picture's supposed to look.
I know.
I thought it was great pizza. 10 toes up for the pizza for sure.
But yeah, so then Carter went to dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Michael's
dun.
home.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah, apparently most people mispronounce Hawaii when they say it Hawaii like that. Like Caleb's saying it weird,
Hawaii.
like Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That's how you're supposed to say
Hawaii.
it. Like instead of like in the second part of Hawaii, instead of saying why, like Hawaii, I think it's supposed to be Hawa.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
So Carter explains this all to Grandpa Bob, and Grandpa replies with, "Did you tell him that it's all America now, so you can call it whatever the fuck you want?"
That's what Grandpa's up to.
That was Grandpa's reply to
Grandpa's always said it like
He
that.
was
though.
on fire.
that. He's been cooking recently. He's had some hot lines. No. Anyway, yeah. Hawaii, Carter. Big trip, lot of flying. Flew to California, IA, and then
Yeah,
from
I didn't tell, or did I tell you guys? Yeah, I told you guys about the flight story. That's why I didn't want to. I feel like my stories are a lot better the first time around about things. I can get into a lot more detail. But
Well,
I think it's because you get fired up to tell somebody the story.
yeah, and that's the problem is that I've told everybody that I was fired up to tell about it.
But
so.
the flight, I didn't find super interesting
No,
myself.
the way back was interesting.
Why? You know what was interesting to me was why didn't you book seats together? How did you end up being booked apart?
I don't, because we booked everything through Hawaiian Airlines because we were traveling from island to island. So we had to take 2 flights to get to Hawaii. Then we had to take a flight from one island to another, and then we had to take 2 flights home. And if you book it all through Hawaiian Airlines, you can just do it all as one transaction. You can just plan your whole trip through Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaiian Airlines doesn't appear to go from, it only goes, I mean, they're partnered with Alaska Airlines now, I guess, but they go from California to Hawaii and in between islands. So they have a partner company, JetBlue, that takes you the rest of the way. I don't know why we were able to get seats together to start with, but when Allie checked in, it said that it didn't give her an option to select seats, and it said you have to go to our partner company to do that. So then she'd go to JetBlue, and JetBlue would say you have to go to Hawaiian Airlines to get seats together.
Passing the buck.
So then we got there and we tried to switch them at the gate, and
It was too late.
Yeah,
So you might have been able to call and get it straightened out before that.
potentially.
Well, yeah, if you were causing a big enough
but
stink.
it's also one of those things where, like, that's how you get treated now when you travel. It's
Like
like
cattle.
it's like if you really want to get to this place, you better just get in the wagon and go. You know, you better not argue.
That's
Was it a spookum, or did something just happen with the lights? What happened
I think
there?
I just hit that button.
Yeah.
Okay.
is this spook?
I don't know if this was a friggin'. I don't know what was going on.
That's what it feels like to me, though, when you're traveling now. It's like you're a criminal. And,
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
like the flight attendant, like you're on a prison bus in the air, and these flight attendants are
These witches.
they're not even happy to be there. Like you would think,
Yeah.
like they all like hate their job.
They're
You
going
say
from
Thank
San Francisco to Hawaii.
I got a bone to pick.
you. Just say you get your drink or whatever. You say thank you, and you get nothing but a nasty look.
Because they probably
You,
spit.
you,
To be
should, you
fair,
should listen
I-
to Tom Segura's airplane stories, because he'll call people like a fat pig, like airline
flight
attendant.
attendant.
Yeah, the flight attendants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it, but because I do notice that when you're on the plane, people are animals. Like when they come out with the snacks, people are just they're just they're ready to leap out of their chair, waiting for the wagon,
waiting for the
waiting for-
cookie, waiting for the dry biscuit.
Yeah.
waiting for the
Biscoff.
wagon to get to them so they get their free cookie.
Excuse me.
But
right.
actually, when we were going from California to Hawaii, Hawaiian Airlines actually gave us food.
Oh,
And
nice.
on the way there, we got this turkey. It was a turkey provolone
Turkey
cheese.
clubs.
Yeah, turkey provolone cheese, something else. It was a warm Hot Pocket. That was pretty
Oh.
good. And then on the way back, we got a pepperoni pizza Hot Pocket. And that was also pretty good. Actually gave us food.
Carter, I just thought of your opening line when you get back to the job site and you start seeing guys you haven't seen in a little while. Here's your new line, okay? it goes like this. All right. Yeah, I fly all the way to Hawaii for my honeymoon. Didn't even get laid when I got there. Flew all the way to Hawaii. Didn't even get laid when I got there.
Yeah.
Some honeymoon.
When
Right? Get it? Like the flower, the Hawaiian.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey.
Yeah.
There you go. But that was true. You said there was no Hawaiian, no flower lays.
Let me while we're on the bone
Very
to pick
sensible
up bad
take
customer
from
service, I got a little story that I wanted to share.
Before we get there, the Lays, we could have got those when we were going to Alani, but you had to pay extra for them.
Oh, bummer.
But
How
luckily
much?
we didn't because
That's not
like
Ohana.
$40. But
Oh, jeez.
when we showed up there, the woman had it. So the Alani, we scheduled a ride from them to pick us up. And when she showed up, the woman was standing there. And literally all it is there's a woman that stands by baggage claim and will lead people out to where you get on their shuttle. And so she's standing there at baggage claim with a cart so that she can either put our luggage on it, whatever. And she had a bunch of shit on it, like because she was leading multiple people that day, and she had the Lays on it, and they looked like these dollar store Lays, like terrible.
Like, I would expect real flowers. I've never had a real flower one, but I would assume that's where that all started, right?
At one time.
That's what I would want.
Yeah. Well, it's sad.
No way fucking Mike lived in Hawaii.
Yeah, he
You guys
lived
know
all
this?
over, man.
Yeah.
If there's a military base there, he lived there.
Yeah, except for Area 51, or at least he won't tell us what happened.
He won't admit about that one, but we know.
We know.
I see you. So yesterday I went to McDonald's, and now I don't know what it is. You can't expect anything at McDonald's. I know that it's fast food, but I like the food. Sue me, I like the food. It's good food, and I don't expect the best service when you go there, but I also feel like it could be just a notch higher, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Because it drives me insane. We went to the McDonald's by the first. We started by the McDonald's at Home Depot. Sat in the line there for 10 minutes, and I said, "Nope, not gonna do it. Let's go to the other." We didn't move.
10 minutes.
We pulled out a line, went to the other one across town, went in that one, waited in that one, but we got the order. We went up to the window, and the girl at the window hands me one of the drinks that I had ordered and says, "Can you pull around to the spot one?" And I said, yeah, I guess. Can I get the other drink? Yep, pull around to spot one." And then the food comes out, and I said, the guy hands me the food. I'm like, "I'm still missing a drink." And he goes, "What was it?" I told him what it was. We sat there for another 10 minutes, and then I left.
You
But-
didn't get the drink?
And I didn't get the drink. But it drives me, like, I know that it's McDonald's, but what are you supposed to feel? It
Well-
just bums me out.
I
Because-
agree.
Those
It's
people are
frustrating.
getting. You should have gone in and said something though, like yelled at them from behind the counter, and
You don't.
after
You
they're-
don't even
they're
have to
getting-
yell at people.
That doesn't
They're
get
getting
you
tw-
anywhere.
just
they're
go
getting
inside.
$20. If he's gonna drive away, what does it hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but,
just go in. I mean,
but just you don't. You also don't want to be the guy
they're
on
getting
YouTube.
top dollar.
But you don't
working
want
at
to be the
McDonald's.
guy on
not
YouTube.
getting
Go
paid
look at the
nothing.
Whataburger video where the
The
woman is
Whataburger.
screaming at the people behind the
me-
counter. You don't want to be that person. But
Yeah.
I think in that case you can go inside, and this is why I get my receipt, especially at the drive-through.
They didn't give me one, and so it's a problem. I went through the drive-through. They didn't give me a receipt, and it's not usually a problem because you don't.
Right.
So,
But,
so anyway,
Use the app or get a receipt, because then if you use the app, it's on your phone.
it's so maddening, and I know it doesn't have to be that way because I go to Dunkin' Donuts with Cassidy, and you order 4 random things. We each get something to drink, something to eat, and you pull up the window, and you sit there until you have your order, and the line moves. That's why the Dunkin' Donuts
one is good. Yeah.
That's why Dunkin' Donuts lines are so long, because they let you sit there and they give you all your stuff,
And they
it's-
say,
and
"Is that everything?"
It's no problem.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is a good point. Like, you should expect bottom of the barrel service or no service, but when it goes below the line, so that you're actually fighting people to get things that you paid for.
That's just it. That's
the,
too far.
Yeah, that's when it goes too far, and that's when you gotta maybe just take a break. I don't know. I don't know what.
I'm gonna start a series. I think where I film myself from the start of the drive-through every time and just rate my experience every time I go because.
That probably would be a YouTube series. That's probably a good
people
idea.
would watch that. Bubba the Love Sponge would do a daily video going to the drive-through. So,
but he would review the food. He wouldn't review the service.
Well, the service was always great because he's in Florida and everyone was always happy to see him.
Yeah.
When it comes to McDonald's, I've noticed the Alton McDonald's has the best drive-through.
Alton McDonald's, you know why? I feel like the people that work there care and they treat it like a job, right? They go in there with some dignity and some respect for themselves and the work they're doing.
The one in
they treat it like a job.
The one in Ossipee is really good too. The last time I went there, it's been a couple of years, but
Ossipee is not terrible. My favorite one is the one near Plymouth. That's my favorite McDonald's.
And of course, it always fluctuates because
it does. It changes all the time, depending on who's working there. But I would say, Rochester's some of the toughest spot. I mean, it's also like
God forbid you want Burger King. Jesus, do not go.
Do not go to the Burger King. No, okay, but you know what's serious though? You know what's serious? You want to talk about something real is the KFC. You know, it used to have more windows. It used to have a lot more windows, man. I don't know where they went.
too many drive-bys.
It used to have a lot more windows, man. You want me to walk through downtown Rochester without a bulletproof vest? Do you guys remember that in the Elmo's Got a Gun video on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, that's that very...
You want me to walk down Sesame Street without a bulletproof vest?
Elmo's got a gun.
Anyway, I just don't understand where things went wrong, where it turned from customer service is not a thing anymore. Like, I'm not interested in doing that kind of work. So I can't talk about it, but it also I don't understand where it goes south.
Well, that's just the key, man. Get down south, where Chick-fil-A was born, and they say my pleasure, and service is a little bit better down there. People have a little more respect for themselves, I think.
I think that that's a good point. I think that is a huge thing. Self-respect.
Self-respect. I mean, go out in public, again in Rochester, and I hate to just bag on the place, but I mean, guys, come on.
Rochester has turned a corner. I think it's definitely on the way up.
You think it's on the way up? Yeah, they just
up.
built a fucking casino. This place is on the up and up.
Well, come on. I mean, that's not the death nail,
Dude, it's home of casinos and liquor stores. Can you name another business that's thriving?
Jetpack Comics. Jetpack Comics had a line out the door for some special thing the other day.
Some magic card that just came out.
And there's definitely some problems, but I think it's definitely looking good.
Yeah, I heard the railroad's about to come back, so it's gonna be a boom town. I don't know. Anyway, we can get. I don't know how we got there, but we can traipse away from that. But what else? Anything else big from your trip, Carter? Your aliens?
I was gonna see if you wanted me to go into the alien.
Whatever you were thinking.
Yeah.
I think anything you feel like getting on.
I do have
about
this
your trip.
cooler.
Yeah, Calvin brought a cooler as a prop. He bought that.
Yeah.
It's a
Check it
repop
out,
reproduction.
The picnic basket by Igloo Retro. It's I think a 24 quart. I don't know what that equates to, but we did have one of these, and I took it with me to college and had to leave it behind because I didn't have room to bring it home.
And so one thing I noted to Calvin about it,
This was on sale.
I had made note that the cardboard box it was shipped in was labeled seat top drink cooler. So I thought that was fun that it was labeled seat top.
Yeah, you can
This
sit
flat
on it.
seat top.
It's
Oh yeah,
definitely kind of small.
Lord knows I can sit on it. I've sat on plenty of them. But,
Pop a squat.
But it was labeled as seat top, so I thought that was cool.
Did I tell you guys that I got a speeding ticket?
In Hawaii,
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah. No, you can tell that on the podcast. Though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was just that I was going down the road. I was speeding. I had no idea.
You had rented
how
a
fast.
car. You're in a rental car.
Yeah, I have no idea how fast I was going, but there was 4 or 5 cars in front of me and a car behind me, and I was just driving with the flow of traffic.
They knew you were the rental car, though, right? Like
I don't think they did.
You don't think?
No, because like I said, so we were on. There's two sides of the island. There's a tourist side and a not tourist side of the big island that we were on. There's the Kona side and the Hilo side. The Hilo side is like the dumpier, non-tour, the local side of the island, and that's where
Yeah,
we were.
I don't know if they're gonna appreciate you calling it dumpier, but the more local
Shit on
side.
it more.
It's not like you're going back, right?
No, I mean, probably not to that island for a while anyway.
Fucking shithole.
Hawaii, you dump.
Yeah,
No, we're just kidding.
it was definitely
Just kidding, Mike.
Yeah.
Nicer
So
than
anyway,
here,
we were on
for sure.
the other side.
Probably.
So I think the guy, our Airbnb host said that there's no way any of these people think you guys are tourists. They think you're just normal people here over here
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
renting a car. So I think when he pulled me over and realized like Allie thinks that the guy didn't want to give me a ticket, and maybe there's a rule in Hawaii that when you pull somebody over, you have to give them a ticket. The thing was, traffic was speeding. The whole line of traffic was speeding. I just don't feel that it's right for them to
Single someone
single
out.
me out of the line of traffic to give me a ticket. It's one thing if
I would say
he
that's
needs-
common practice, though.
If he needs to pull me over to make an example out of me and just waste my time for the 15 minutes, that's one thing also. Like, I think that if you have to pull me over to slow traffic down, you can do that because we are speeding. But to give me a ticket, pull me out of a line of traffic and give me a ticket, I just feel like is just a really
I think
douchebag
yeah.
thing to do.
I would agree with that.
Was he a douche cop when he pulled you over?
Did he say aloha when he came to the window?
No.
Was he wearing a leg?
The only thing I would say was that from the second he walked up to the window, he knew he was giving me a ticket.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's usually how it goes. I mean, he had you dead to rights. You were speeding, and
and
probably
also
doesn't
the
get
fact
many.
that he walked up to the window, and this is like after something like that happens to me, I just steam. Like
yeah, you're stewing over
I
it for
stew over it
hours.
for a long time. And one other thing that really pissed me off, and it's never something that I really thought of until now, but when a cop comes to the window and asks, "Is there any reason why? Do you know why I pulled you over?" or something like that? Like, why bother asking that? What's the purpose? Just to be an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I think
Self-incrimination.
if you had something else going on, I think it's an easier way to tell. Because if you're like,
Yeah, I would say it's just a tactic for like
Yeah,
Curtis
I know,
said,
but
self-incrimination.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
it's like,
drugs or whatever.
I still feel like it's a scumbag thing to do anyway.
Um,
So, anyway, back to the alien thing. Do you want me to tell you?
yeah,
But-
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because these are petroglyphs, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna. So there's a few things on Hawaii that were built before the Hawaiians were there. Like they were the local Hawaiian stories were that these were built by the Menehune.
Yep.
And Menehune are little people.
Little trickster people.
Yeah, that they only come out at night and they only build stuff at night. So like you don't see them, but they build stuff at night. But these were built by the Menehune before the Hawaiians got there. That's what the Hawaiian people believe. That's
tradition.
yeah. So let me see here.
The
this up.
Menehune. So
This was in a state park in Hawaii, right? This is the whole
Yeah.
like there's a few different
it.
or national parks actually, right? It's a national park.
Yeah. So this was a structure here.
that looks pretty huge.
now,
from the
is it
picture.
hollow? Is there something? Is there tunnels or is it
Well,
just?
I don't
And
know.
What's
we couldn't
this
go
rock
up there.
wall in front of you? That's all part of the structure.
That's part of it too.
So that's like the first
Give
layer.
us a
So I
scale.
should-
How tall is
so-
that rock wall?
Did the Menehune built the rock wall?
this rock wall here.
Yeah, the big one.
This
the
is
bottom.
was about 8 feet tall.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
big.
pretty huge for
And
And
little
it's
stones.
it's
How
deep
far-
too. It's like 4 feet deep.
Because it's
Damn.
hard to tell. I can see it's quite a bit higher, but how far away is this top rock wall?
So this is the
This is a different angle here.
oops.
Oops. Menehune. But so this is all in the national park.
Holy shit!
So that's pretty big.
Oh, so there's like there's like a pyramid at the top.
Almost a
then.
pyramid
Yeah.
there.
This here is saying that it was built by the construction began in 1790. That's not what I read there. It was it was.
Well, that's just it. There is
didn't
some
know
level of cover up because
oh yeah, big time. They don't know. They don't know who built it. See,
That looks pretty huge.
You should have seen the picture that they had there of this temple here. They had up on this flat spot here.
Yep.
They had a display where they had a couple teepees set up on top here, and like it was like a shop. And what I said to Allie was, and it's conspiracy theorist logic, but there's no way that you would go through the effort of building this tower here to just put your teepee on. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, no.
Unless there's like some rabid dogs that you can't fight against.
But
Is that like
could be a
is that
fortification.
is that wall in a circle around the whole thing?
No, it could have been at one time. The problem is a lot of the stuff on Hawaii has been
hurricane,
Volcano.
there's stuff that's
Eroded.
been volcanoed. I bet you there's a lot of stuff.
Let's start using that as a verb.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I bet you has been dug up by people building roads or whatever.
Yeah.
Because this was so
So that's in Volcano National Park.
no, this was on the other. This wasn't in Volcano National Park.
Separate.
I
separate.
never even heard of any of this until you were telling us about it.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I didn't. But like you're saying, so you pull it up online here right now, and it's trying to tell you it's from the 1700s or something.
Well, and they said that the plaque at the, I should have taken a picture of the plaque. The plaque at the thing said that it was built, that the Hawaiians say it was built before them.
right.
So the Hawaiians said that.
So that's pretty interesting. Adds to the conspiracy.
So there's these are some of the.
Some of the stuff's drawn in the ground here.
Yeah,
now,
this is
was
in
there
the
any?
national park
Can you
here.
point to any significance to any of these drawings? Because
As far as aliens,
as far as aliens or anything,
I
because
definitely see a sea turtle.
This one here would be an alien holding something.
He's holding the bag. He's holding the bag.
No, these nothing here.
well,
Yeah,
because
go-
all I would
Look
say
at those
is,
yeah,
guys.
that-
look at
that's a
those
sea
legs.
turtle.
Look at those
and-
legs on that
but,
guy.
But I just feel like this is just like
No,
kids or something messing around in
So-
the drying lava.
Well,
Like is
so
probably what was up here.
Hawaiians never had a written language.
Yep.
They would just carve shit into stone. So the other thing,
Carve shit.
yeah.
So these
the
are
oth-
like carved. Then it wasn't like the lava was
Yeah.
drying and somebody was like drying cement or something.
and you know what they? Yeah, no, these are carved in. That's what I thought too when because I wanted to come see these. I was
Right.
like, oh, I thought they were paintings. No, they're carved into the rock.
Yeah.
Something.
They were probably much more detailed before.
I think, yeah.
That guy.
They
in
could be eroded.
That one
years
guy
of,
looks
years
pretty
of
rugged.
rainfall would cause some.
I mean,
That one guy looks pretty rugged. What do you think the significance is of the hollow guy and the guy that chiseled out his whole torso?
I'll show you a picture of the alien one. We didn't go see the alien one, but the alien one is actually closer to the to that site.
The Manahune structure.
Yeah.
Look how big the island is compared to North America. Holy
No,
shit!
that's I'll get into that picture.
yeah, you
there.
don't realize
That's
how big it is. It's bigger than Australia.
Is that's this is
Do you
like
grow when you go to Hawaii? Do you grow to be bigger?
well,
or
they-
no, you'd shrink.
it's saying
right?
the lost
To make the
continent. This
island
is
bigger.
like
Oh, like Pangea.
yeah.
So one thing I did notice too, like those petroglyphs, it was a hike out there, like a mile-long hike. To
It's
get
saying
to,
Easter
to get
Island
to
was
that,
connected.
to get to that site. Yeah, we'll stop. I'll get into that after. Stop talking about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The teaser.
So
Alien.
they
The Rock.
there's a lot of these circles carved into the ground too,
Yep.
Those are pretty sick.
and
Now, is
Not
that,
that
the
they're
stars?
not there. They claim that all these holes are all these dots and stuff.
Like
that
bowls,
they're-
like grinding.
The families, they're people, I
Okay.
guess. But I mean, who knows? That
To
could
me,
be.
to me, I would say it's almost like a grid or a map of some kind.
This looks more like a family to me here. We
Yes.
saw one that looked like that, but they don't know what any of these actually mean. There's
Not
one.
even locals.
They might be able to give you a different interpretation of what they think that it means, but we didn't talk to anybody, and I haven't watched any.
It really is open to interpretation.
There is an Ancient Aliens episode on this. Let's see. When I typed it in before, the alien one came right up. Anyway, there's one that looks. Oh, this is one here.
I mean, what could that? I mean, it could be a guy holding like
That
a
to
dumbbell.
me, no, that's like some squid tentacles.
Oh, right here. This is the one that I wanted to show you.
Yep.
This one here is closer to the.
And that's an
To the-
alien, no doubt. No, but that fits the small gray description
Yeah.
to a T. This is the same one that got
spind-
the guy in the fire in the sky.
Spindly little guy with big eyes.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same.
Fire in the Sky. And there was another one that was that I listened to the guy tell his story. His
but
dad.
that's a very common depiction.
So now we'll go into what is the deeper conspiracy theory on that castle site thing.
Right. So before
So
the poles shifted,
Before the last ice age ended, the ocean rose 400 feet, right?
yep,
Um,
it used to be a lot shallower.
they find the same types of drawings and stuff on all these islands, like Easter Island and Hawaii. They're the same, but obviously they're separated by thousands of miles of ocean.
Yep.
What they say is this is the conspiracy part, because the Hawaiian people tell you that the Hawaiian Islands were never one island; they were always separate islands. But
Right.
um,
Well, I guess that would I love Pangea as a theory that like everything was at one time connected and shook
That's
apart.
less of a theory,
This-
more science.
But well, and
so
again,
this is a different set of islands connected together, and this was called Lemuria, where all these were connected. So
but Hawaii, didn't that come out of the volcanoes? Like, isn't like that's literally? I thought Hawaii was born out of volcanoes. Like,
Well,
it was
it
just
is.
ocean, and then volcanoes bubbled it out of the ground.
well, the volcanoes rose up, but
So how could it ever have been connected
we're
to
only
this?
talking 400 feet here.
Okay.
So the
the
volcanoes
pyramid was basically at the top of a mountain. Be like at the top of Moose Mountain type of thing.
Yeah, who knows what was on the island before? But yeah, it would have been up. It would have been up a little bit higher. So you don't know what was buried in the ground. This could have been
Oh, okay. I'm with you now because the ocean level is lower.
the ocean level
gotcha.
used to be lower.
Gotcha. Right. I'm with you now.
So there was this island here. This I don't believe is science. I think this is conspiracy. That there was
This
they
isn't
were all
conspiracy.
connected here.
This is Ricklacy. Rick's Law.
Rick's Law.
There was a place that it was Lemuria, and I don't know where Atlantis would fit in, but it was Lemuria, and then there was a separate place where people were, which would have been Atlantis, and
Where's that?
Lemuria and Atlantis.
Atlantis is in Egypt.
I was
Or,
gonna say, remember that? Didn't that
yeah,
guy
or not-
kind of point to where it is?
Yeah, maybe not Egypt.
It's off
in
the
the
coast
it's on the
somewhere.
desert.
No, it's
Yeah.
like off the coast
I mean,
of something.
it could have been anywhere
Yeah.
though, but the mythology says that Lemuria and Atlantis were having a war against each other, and Atlantis won, and they wiped out the people of Lemuria.
Did you guys hear
That
or
would be
see
cool.
the trailer for the John Krasinski movie where they're looking for the Fountain of Youth?
No.
It's like fun, like National Treasure kind of vibes. It's making this all this stuff's kind of making me think of it. I just saw this trailer and
Have you-
John Krasinski's like, "We're looking for the Fountain of Youth."
Have you seen the pictures of Dick Cage in the new John Madden movie?
No,
You should pull it up, Carter.
who's he playing? John Madden.
Yeah. Also, I did send, and we don't need to go into a bunch of reels today, but I did send one to the show to watch.
You want real or fake headlines?
Well,
No.
no. If we're and also we still have the video of the lava tube, which I wanted Carter to play.
What's a lava tube?
Well, you're gonna find out.
Oh.
But also Carter's phone got really good video in low light, which I thought was worth noting alone.
I'll just show you the picture of.
Yeah. So this is Nick Cage for the John Madden movie. Oh God, he's big, huh?
Down there, down with them standing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But if you look at there's some side by side
Yeah.
photos below.
Yeah, the
Put
side
up
by
one of
side.
those,
Yeah. There we go.
I would say it's pretty good. So
That's spot on.
one thing I would say though is John Madden is wearing those pants a little bit better. Nick Cage's don't seem to be fitting him right, but John Madden's pants.
Well, he doesn't
they're
have
fitting a little better.
the pullover tuck like John Madden.
Did Nick
Yeah.
Cage
He's
really
got the
gain the
straight
weight
tuck.
though for the movie? I doubt he's actually that fat.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I just thought it was so good. I thought he looked just like him.
I just looked this up because I watched a video on Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was born in 1965.
Yep.
Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Fact.
Okay.
No cap.
Yeah. Anyway, Cardi, if you pull up your video, your lava tube, I thought that was pretty sick.
Yeah. Okay. Right here.
Basically, it's in the. This is also in the national park. This is in the volcano.
This is in Volcano National Park. Yeah.
Oh.
But this is just natural forming.
Oh my god!
Maybe
Not
I'll
the
show-
lights. The lights are
Let me show the
obviously.
picture of the
Tremors?
what the outside here looked like.
Yeah,
first.
right. Okay, yeah, look how cool that looks. This looks like Star Wars to me. This is like going into with this bridge, going
Yeah,
into
even
this
the bridge looks
base.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
So when you were standing, when you went into the tunnel there, it was like pitch black because you're dealing with the light from the outside.
Yep.
Was it hot in the tunnel?
No, because this tunnel just led to daylight on the other side.
This is an old dormant tunnel from a much, this was a pretty big volcano.
Hello.
But do you see how the river slowly dried up and left this like smooth walking path?
Yeah.
You could almost skateboard down that.
You never know.
That's smoother than most roads in New England.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty.
How
gravelly.
how far did it go?
It went probably twice as far as, or 3 times as far as this, maybe. Once you get around the corner there, you could see the light. I
Oh,
only
you know
recorded
what
a
else I
little
thought
bit,
was cool
but-
was that video or you had a picture where you can see at least the steam coming out of some of the volcano. I don't know if that was a video or a picture,
Yeah,
but just for kind of reference for what's going on around these parts, like, so that was an old tunnel that you were just in, but close by, this stuff is still active. So these are things are smoking, coming out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Don't want
No,
to-
show the one with the burnt grass because I think that gives you context how like hot this gets.
Let's see.
Yeah, this one here with the pit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you look around the opening here, you can see steam coming out, but look how there's all this black burnt grass around the edge. It gets too hot.
Yeah.
So like it might not be all the time, but every now and then a big burp will come out that's real hot. And think of
big
it.
burp.
I'm just thinking it's kind of neat. It makes me think of in Yellowstone again, volcano. Remember how hot that steam was coming out of the ground? Like it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
And there was that hole they said that fishermen would drop their fish in and pull them out cooked. Remember that in Yellowstone? That just makes me think of that. Like that's like, did people used to like smoke food over the volcano tube? Like I don't know.
Probably. Just don't want Squidward to yell
In that-
Krakatoa.
In that video where you're in the cave, it looked it was eerily quiet. Was there many people there?
No, there wasn't. I mean, there was a couple people that came in behind us, but we were the only people in the tunnel when we went through it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like Tom Sawyer's Island, soon to be bulldozed Tom Sawyer's Island.
Doze it up.
Yeah.
it's pretty sick.
Mom and Dad met Adam the Woo in Florida.
That was a big
Thought we'd
moment.
touch on that.
Yep. They're still there. Amy had asked earlier. I meant
Yeah,
to-
Mom and Dad are still in Florida.
they don't come back till the 1st, so
Yeah,
Gail's got a couple more.
They must have
parties
been-
to
they
have.
were away for my birthday, which is fine.
What do you
Just
think?
fine.
What do you think they talked to Adam about?
Mom-
What'd she say? Didn't you ask her?
Yeah.
Oh.
She
Oh,
had
when did you talk to her?
earlier.
Just today, just briefly.
She said that Dad said that he liked when Adam called, put the camera on his foot, and said Bigfoot or something like that.
No.
Oh,
What?
Big the Foot.
Big the foot.
When he's filming out the front windshield,
Are-
he's got
yeah,
that. He's got
the air freshener of Bigfoot, and it's called Big the Foot is the name of it, and it's always in frame, bouncing against the lens.
and
Right.
it irritates Dad, but
But
he likes it
But he
because-
thinks it's funny because Adam does it religiously, like without fail. If he's in the car, that's the shot you get with Big the Foot slamming against it, and so it's like it's as if Adam is doing it on purpose because at some point somebody commented Big the Foot is in the frame hitting the lens. It's annoying. So
Yeah.
now Adam does it intentionally on. That's our dad's theory. But he does enjoy the fact that he does this bit, and it's without fail. You know, if you know Adam the Woo, he does everything by routine. And
what did he say? Did
I guess he laughed and then looked at Dad's hat and said, "Oh, you've been to Fred's. You guys have good taste." And then he started to walk away.
Yeah. Well, because honestly, I'm happy for Mom that she was able to go up and say hi and stuff. But because I even did it myself, right? When I met Adam the Woo, like it's like this panic energy coming off of you, like, and you smell bad, you know. So like you do kind of feel bad for Adam the Woo in a way, in these scenarios, because it can be tough. Right. So, but it's cool. They got a good picture with him, and he is a super nice guy. Every time you see an interaction with him, like, we're not the only people that have met him when we go down to Florida, and
I'm sure
every interaction you see, he's a nice guy.
He likes it.
Yeah.
He was a rock star.
Yeah.
He knows
he was in the punk scene.
He knew
and actually
knew what he was going for.
That's what I would try and talk to him about if I was going to try and talk to him about something. I want to hear more about the punk scene. I want to hear more about Henry Rollins. Did you guys know about Henry Rollins? You ever hear of who he is? I've been listening to him on Joe Rogan for years because he's a total freak. Like, the guy's one of these total freak guys. But in today's day and age, he just says he's a writer. Right? I don't know what he writes for, but he's always on these crazy adventures doing freak stuff for no reason, like crazy countries with crazy people, because he's a writer, right? But he's Henry Rollins, okay? Well, at some point or another, Henry Rollins was the lead singer for Black Flag, and at no point in my time watching Henry Rollins on Joe Rogan did this ever come up, or did I register
What's Black Flag?
Any of this. Massively, like, hugely culturally influential, would you say, punk band?
I wouldn't
hardcore
know.
punk band.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, Black Flag is amongst the punk scene. I think they're I forget, the DIY punk scene or something. I guess they were influential in that. But anyway, just this character that at one time was known for this one thing is now known for something else, and I just had no idea about it. And I just went in on a little deep dive about it, the punk rock scene and stuff, and it's just hard to get a grasp on any of the history of it unless it's from people that were there, and people love to give romanticized versions of what was going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So just I went on. It was just like a one night YouTube rabbit hole of just trying to research about Black Flag and Henry Rollins, and I just found it, A, hard to find any information, but B, hard to find like reliable sources. You know what I mean? But Adam the Woo, because I've watched his vlogs for years, and he's got this dry presentation. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he were to talk about it now, he's talked about it, I'm sure, in some of his older videos. His older videos are a little bit different, I think, than what he does now. He used to try and be a little more funny, or, you know what I mean? Like, more of a script to it. But I think if he were to talk about it now, he'd be pretty blunt about it. And the stuff that was cool and the stuff that sucked. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the thing to me, is like everybody was just like kind of over glorifying it, and rather than like being like, no, there was like 9 people in an abandoned bowling alley kind of a thing. They were like, oh, we were on the New York Strip, and I don't know. I feel like they make it bigger than maybe it was.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell because that information is not out there. But that's my little bit on Adam the Woo and what I'd talk to him about.
Pull up
I
my
probably
reel.
wouldn't talk to him.
I think we can call it there. I don't.
Yeah,
I got one.
nothing
I
to
got
say.
one little reel I want to play.
He's got one
One
reel, and
reel,
then I
all
got
right.
real or fake
No,
headlines.
save it for next time. We'll
You know,
play Curtis's reel.
That's what I said. I just want to play
We'll
one.
play Curtis's reel, but you can save your...
I got some good ones.
That's fine. Save them for next time. All right, Curtis, what do we got for coming back out of the gate? You better have something good. It better be half decent.
I think I get a kick out of it. I don't know.
This one.
Yeah.
All right. Any introduction or?
No.
All right. Oh my God. That's India for you, man.
Wolf. Is that a sewage shark? I mean, we don't know.
I guess we don't know what's coming out of the septic truck.
It's possible it was pumping a storm drain, right? And it was
It's
like
possible.
sludgy storm drain water, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
But let's be honest, as soon as it mixed together with the rest of that water, I don't think it made a fucking difference.
I was gonna say, I don't think it mattered. I
And
did
clearly
see-
that gentleman bathing himself didn't seem to mind.
There's a guy, real quick on that topic. There's a guy that I watch. His name is Mike OK. I think it's Mike OK, something like that. He travels all around the world and to real places that you would never see on camera. Places like China, the back, rural China, rural India, whatever. And he was talking. There's this giant garbage river. And he's like, "You guys swim in that water?" And he goes, "Yeah, just accept God. God will protect you." And that's what the.
Well, hey,
If you're
Yeah,
born,
it's
if you're
true.
born and raised around it, you can build an immunity to it.
I was gonna
but-
say they
What's
must have
that?
the.
It's Bob. It was a Bob Hope about swimming in the Hudson.
Oh, that's
What's his name?
Carlin,
Yeah,
George Carlin.
when when they
I don't know why. Sorry.
when COVID-3 comes out,
These
they're-
guys swimming in the shit river will be fine.
yeah, they'll survive it.
Well, anyway, I do think we can kind of cap it off. And Mike, we did start a little bit early. It's because we all had the day off today because it's a holiday. So thank your. Well, actually, you know what?
Yeah, let's thank the troops.
No, but remember
Thank
Greg
Mike's
in the
dad.
Morning Buzz.
Yep.
Greg used to sign off every episode with shake a veteran's hand, right? Thank a veteran.
Yep. Thank them for their
Shake
service.
shake their hand, thing
And-
for their service.
Well, he got so many letters from veterans saying that's not why they served. It is for, you know what I mean? So anyway, enough people reached out to Greg that his sign off, that has been his sign off for 30 plus years, right?
Yeah.
Longer than I've been alive, this has been his sign off. Enough people talked to him about it and said they didn't like it, that he changed it. He doesn't do that sign off
Yeah,
anymore.
I noticed that it was different, but it was still similar.
I didn't know, when did he address that? Did you watch? Were you listening
yeah,
when
no,
he
he wrestled with it for a long time. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was something he talked about. Yeah, because it came up and eventually he changed it. Yes, okay, yeah, exactly. He Mike's saying his dad hates it when they say stand up for the vets or something, right?
Yeah.
I think that was generally the consensus that Greg got. So he changed his sign off, and he's truly just trying to give some love and respect to the community, but enough veterans got to him and said knock it off. So he knocked it off. And I think for that reason, that's why we didn't hang any extra flags in here. And no, I don't know.
We're all
but
American.
We're all red blooded, and that's that. So we'll be back at it again, regularly scheduled time next Monday.
God bless America.
So hard to say goodbye.
Proud to be an American.
May the force be with you.
I'm going now.
Yep. We'll see you later.
I bid you all a very fond farewell. Goodbye.
That went pretty well, actually.